Hi guys, and welcome to another beer review. This time we're going to shoot it as if it was a beer review recorded in the mid 1990s. And I got the off-center angle, got questionable lighting. Her is just doing what it wants to do. And so expect some off-kilter vintage Stuart Lee type comedy as well. Probably not. I'm just going to get on with the beer review, so let me just fix my hair as best I can. Clearly needs to be washed, but oh well. So we're going back over to Germany today, and this is one of the beers that I picked up in a nice little haul from Beers of Europe. Links down below if you've not already ordered from Beers of Europe in the UK. Great selection of beers. They've been going for a good while now, got a good reputation. I've used them twice, and both times I've had great customer service, and so they've got a good range of German beers, and you know how much I like my German beers, so it was rude not to. And so this is from a brewery that I've not seen before, and so I thought I'd give it a go. So the brewery itself is the Dampfbierbrauerei Zwiesel, and this is a bottle of the Schmelzer Hoibe, which is a 3.5% ABV Helles lager. And I think what the concept behind this beer is it's a beer that is a low ABV, so it could be consumed by the good folks who dealt with the smelter and smelting and all that sort of wonderful goodness. And so Dampfbierbrauerei, from what I can remember, translates to a steam beer brewery. So looking forward to giving this a try. 3.5%. I have had some of the Leicht Helles beers from Germany. I know Paulaner does a really nice one actually, which I actually found is a little bit more hoppier than the actual full strength Helles beer. So I'll have to pick that up. So so just a bit stronger than obviously like a Radler, and obviously it doesn't have the citrus juice in there as well, lemonade or whatever. But not strong, not as strong as a regular Helles, so it can be consumed by the workers. Wir sind das Volk, and I saw that in a Rainer Werner Fassbender film. So don't any of you ignorant bastards try and make that look like I've done something alt-right, because I've got the haircut, I just don't have the attire or the good looks. But anyway, so we are the people, and this beer is for us. Even though, admittedly, some questionable times in Germany, which is a real shame. And so if people just concentrating on just enjoying beers like this, no matter which part of the world they come from, where's this beer review going? I don't know. See, edgy humour in the same vein as Stuart Lee and Richard Herring, but obviously not. And if people don't know who those comedians are, then fair enough. But so cool looking artwork on this beer. Just nearly blinded myself with the reflection of, not because I'm that handsome, but the light reflected off the 90s humour off the bottle opener. I talk absolute nonsense, but look, lovely looking beer, traditional painting. It's got almost actually a bit of like a propaganda look to it. I'm not gonna lie, sort of like not just German. Got to steer away from the words German and propaganda. You can't judge me too hard because I've got a semi-naked picture of Morrissey on my wall. And but I don't know, it's like something that you would like to motivate the workers. And if you're brewing a beer for them, then you're definitely going to be motivated, aren't you? Sure as shit, no, we could do with some beer fridges in my workplace. Don't know about you. But cool looking label. There is the sort of typical Bavarian beer sort of bottle cap. And where are these guys based out of, actually? Let's see. Does it actually say? Should do. So these are in Zwiesel. So that's obvious. Not too sure where that is. Obviously in Bavaria. I'm not sure where that would be close. But yeah, I am due a trip to Germany. My second home. I'd like to be back in Germany, to be honest. Because coming from city life in Germany back to humdrum town / village life in Skelmersdale, it's quite a step down, let me tell you. But yeah, anyway, so we're using our cloud water glass today because I just like using it, so don't judge me. And if you do, you can leave and just unsubscribe, I suppose. But yeah, big fan of Hellas beers, so looking forward to seeing what this sort of lower ABV version will be like. And it smells really nice even from here. But yeah, lovely and golden, crystal clear, and yeah, lovely sort of like slight wheatiness to it as well in terms of its colour. Beer poured for about 2 fingers worth of a lovely, fluffy, foamy white head. Look at that carbonation, absolutely fantastic. It looks like what you'd expect the beer to look like, and it looks fantastic in my opinion. So let's see what we get on the nose. Yeah, you get a really nice hoppy aroma. Now, when people say just the words hoppy, you instantly think of, oh, American hops. But no, this has got this sort of like lovely herbal, grassy, grainy, earthy sort of aroma to it, with some lovely sweet biscuity malts in the background. It smells light, do you know what I mean? It's got like this crispness on the nose that would be able to cut through. Do you know what I mean? You probably don't. I probably don't even know what I mean half the time. Why do people watch my beer reviews? I don't know. It's certainly not for the beer expertise, I can tell you that. But yeah, lovely, grainy, sweet, almost like, do you know what it reminds me of? The biscuit part of a custard cream. But yeah, then there's this lovely, leafy, herbal character coming through off those hops. Yeah, it just smells so nice. It really, really does. There's just something there's just some tiny thing about it that just sets it apart from like your standard Hellas beer. So yeah, off to a good start. Let's give it a taste. Prost. Ugh. It's fantastic. That is really, really nice. Obviously at 3.5% ABV and being a Hellas beer, it's got a light body. It's got this like crispness about it, but at the same time it's got this sort of like rounded smoothness also. But it is nice and zingy. Quite drying on the back end as well, actually. Leaves sort of like a film on the inside of your mouth. But yeah, very grainy. You're getting loads of cereals and a little bit of an earthy hop character also. The citrusy tones you got on the nose, not really picking up at all on the taste. And it's got like a very simple, sweet, biscuity flavour to it, but it's not overtly sweet, if that makes sense. Yeah, this is just one of those easygoing, simple, well executed lagers that you expect to find from a brewery in Germany. Is it the most exciting example of its style? No, but it's actually standing up to a lot of the more like 5% ABV Hellas beers. Because I have found when you do get, aside from the notable exceptions like Paulaner, Leicht, and I think Warsteiner do one as well, when you get into those like lower ABV beers or lower ABV Hellas beers, it's almost like when you have like a gluten-free beer. It's just missing something. It's that final piece. But this, you would not think that it's a 3.5% beer. You really would not. The body might give it away slightly because it is a little bit lighter, but yeah, for a beer that's I'm guessing it's made, unless it's just a romanticized story of, you know, why this beer exists. But you could imagine working there, and you're just getting hot and sweaty, all the stuff that you're breathing in. You can get acclaim later on in life, I suppose, you know, when you listen to local radio and a solicitor's offering, were you a minor in 1964? And such, like, very specific terms and conditions. Do you know what I mean? 90s comedian coming through again. But yeah, you could imagine working, back-breaking work. It's hot, it's uncomfortable, God knows what you're breathing in. And then just when you're having your break, nice and chilled, just clocking it down. It's not enough to get you a bit tipsy, although, you know, this is one of those beers where dangerous beer garden sort of beer. You know, where you lose count of how many steins you've ordered or masses you've ordered. But yeah, it's a really nice and simple, lighter than usual Hellas beer, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. It really, really is. The only thing that I would use against it is this sort of like film that it's leaving on the inside of my mouth, which I can't really pinpoint down to. It's almost like that same sensation when you've had a bit too much like powdered ginger or cinnamon when you've added it to food, and you get like that residual effect on the end. That's what it's sort of reminding me of, but without like the numbing and the flavour, obviously. But people are thinking, what the fuck are you talking about? But yeah, that's lovely. It's that lightness, but it's that creaminess as well. And I think this is a steam beer. I'm not too sure. Sort of like Anchor steam, sort of. You know what I mean? It's just the way they've done it. So maybe that's coming into the smoothness of the beer. I don't know. I don't know too much about that specific side of brewing. But yeah, pick it up from Beers of Europe. Highly recommended. Fantastic little beer. They've got a few more of their beers on the website as well. I've never seen it on any other websites, and I've never actually seen it when I was in Germany. It just means how localized these beers can be. And you don't, you know, it's amazing. You could go to places like that, go all around the country, and just discover some absolute hidden gems which will never really see the light of day outside of that little regional area. And I love that about Germany. There's just so much to experience in the places you'd least expect to, and most towns, cities, villages, settlements, compounds, whatever, will have their own little, you know, breweries nearby. I mean, Regensburg alone, I had the Spital Brewery, I had the Kneitinger Brewery, I had the Bischofshof Brewery, which can get their beers online as well. And, you know, it's just the culture of German beer is almost as enchanting as some of the beers themselves. So in terms of a rating then, on the, let me just remind myself, the Schmelzer Hoibe from the Dampfbierbrauerei Zwiesel, I'm going to give this one a very solid 8 out of 10. I would happily try it again. Want to try more from the brewery, but yeah, get yourself a couple of bottles off Beers of Europe. Not a sponsorship, although that would be pretty nice. Hint, hint. Only joking. But yeah. Check out the brewery. Check all the links down below. Check out my Hellas beer playlist. And of course, if any of my fellow beer tubers and friends have reviewed this one, their links are down below as well. Anyway, thank you for watching this mess of a video. And I hope you'll join me next time. Cheers!